How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they're worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? Totally ruined my intro there, but no worries. I'm sure you guys know exactly what I was trying to say. So welcome, everybody. So happy to be here on this Friday. So exciting. Let's see. Johnson, what's up, Captain Cash? Marissa, hello. The squeeze is going to be astronomical. Man, I get more and more excited by the day. Damon is third. Lee, yo. Trody says, I have way too much going on lately. It's hard to keep up with what is going on with stocks. Yeah, I get it. Excuse me. Sometimes even myself, guys, I have to go to, it might not be the best news source, but I trust it. And I take it with a grain of salt, but I go to Reddit and I see what's being posted, what's on the top. And some of it is, fluff and funny memes and stuff, but some of it is good news, good DD. And I love it. Can't wait. The party is about to start. Diamond Handsy Frame, I'm with you, my friend. Plethora says, buy more, people. Starfish. Wow, Melvin was down that much. Should be investigated for client fiduciary responsibility. I haven't even thought about that, actually. I have not even thought about that. Rennigan left a like. Oh, thank you very much. Webull says, ooh, what a week. Corey, when will you become a financial advisor? We'll have to see. Want me to ruin your intro? Baby Shark got me again, Michelle, every time. Dang it. Oh, I'll never live that down. I got you once and you'll get me for the rest of the time. What's up, Humble? Welcome. All right, let's take a look at some of these stocks and then we'll get back to the chat. We'll see what's going on this Friday. So hyped up, guys. Let's take a look. So AMC down 3.78%. And so we've seen this. So let's look at the 5-day. I'm not trying to hide it. This is the 5-day steady downward movement. And I am perfectly okay with this. Okay. No problem at all. So somebody said this is a big W. Okay. You think it's going to be like a triple bottom or something? That could be the case, but let's look at this on the 5-day, guys. Steady downward, momentum, and I'm okay with that. I think that it's just a little bit of downward pressure, no problem. There's a lot of catalysts that I'm looking for. I think we need a good catalyst that'll help pump up the stock. Even then, guys, let's look at the 1 month or the 3 month and zoom in a little bit. So I still like where we are. I mean, don't forget, guys, we were down at $5. We are still doing very well, up 100% here. So I'm like I said, I'm perfectly fine with what's going on. In the after hours, down another percentage, down to $9.33, still doing fantastic. Lee, that song is now stuck in my head and I can read. I'm singing the words in my head for Baby Shark. So thank you for that. And thank you, Michelle, for doing this to me. Gamestop, let's take a look. Gamestop, a bit of a different day, guys. Gamestop had a bit of a tumble here, down to $153 even as a low, but you know what, it did bounce back. It bounced back just a little bit to 158, and but down overall just under 7% on the day, and down another percentage in the after hours. So not our favorite price action, obviously, I'm not gonna lie. But if you squint and tilt your head a little bit, it's a George W. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so not my favorite setup, but hey, still doing good. I'm still very happy with my position. Guys, this is exactly what I did. I went over here and I averaged down. Now, as long as it's over, I think my position is like 130. I feel good about it. I feel just fine. But and I feel good about my position. But if it dips even further, if it dips down here some more, I will continue to add to my position to continue to average down. So I feel really good about it. Okay. And so that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Ender already says, what do you think will squeeze first, AMC or GME? It's really hard to say which will squeeze first. I'm not too sure what'll squeeze first. I feel like they'll probably squeeze at the same time, just like they did before. And I think they'll continue to be catalysts for each other. And I saw some weird posts about people on, I think, Super Stonk, and they were really hating on AMC, and they were all, GameStop, and it was kind of like, apes strong together. So, I do think that they'll squeeze around the same time. you know, and we'll see what they go to. I don't know if they'll squeeze for the same amount of time, this and that. There's a few different catalysts, or a few different, I suppose, I don't want to say metrics, but a few different things to look at. Damon says, Corey, did you see AMC CEO Adam Aaron agreed to be interviewed by Trey? I did. I'm looking forward to that. I don't want everyone to get too excited for it, because I'm afraid we'll have another Jordan Belfort situation where everybody's really down. And you guys have to remember, he can only say so much. His lawyers are going to tell him, hey, you can only say this. You can't adjust the squeeze. You can't do this. You can't say that. So he's going to be highly censored, and he needs to be very, very careful about what he says. But I think the interview will probably be great. Trey he seems super motivated to ask the right questions, and I think it's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to it. I know Trey is going to do a fantastic job, and it's going to be great. I'm gonna buy some GME at the bottom of this dip. Yeah, same. I love buying these dips. Personally, I'm not in the position to average up right now. I think I'd rather average down on GameStop, but I have been averaging up on AMC just continuously. Yep, that could be a catalyst, right? The Adam Aaron interview could be a catalyst if he can rally the apes, and he does a good job of this. He's hopping on. The only thing that's been killing everything is he keeps on saying the 500 million shares. He's really trying to push that. Now, I know 100% Trey has to ask that question, right? Now, the question is Adam Aaron going to be able to answer it, or is he not going to be able to answer it? Now, if he can't answer it, then hopefully he can give us something like saying, we have big plans for the shares, and so we would like you to do this. We would like you to say yes to the shares because we want to do this. Okay. So, and if it's voted no, they could like appeal it if we all voted yes to the last question, which is, if we don't like one of your answers, essentially, can we vote to repeal it, or can we present new information and have you revote on it? I voted yes to that question. If they can sway me one way, then yes, then please do. And maybe they'll say, hey, we want to start a streaming platform or something like that, and it'll be fantastic. I think people would buy the streaming platform because so many apes love AMC. Or maybe a partnership. I really don't know what it would be. Muhammad says, do you think it will dip down to 120? I'm not sure if it'll dip down to this, like, where was this? Right here. I'm not sure if we'll have another dip. I mean, this was 112, and this is where I started to buy. I started to buy here, and then I kept buying it as it went down, which gave me an average of like 135. So I feel good about my position. Like I said, if it goes down, I'll continue to buy it. If it goes down to 50, holy smokes, you best believe I'll average down to $75 somehow. And so I'll definitely do that. James, I'm not sure if that's true, but I'll take it. Damon says, I feel like the most important thing that the CEO should assure us is he won't issue the 500 million shares without our consent. That will eliminate a lot of FUD. So that's a good point. And even then, guys, he won't release it all at one time. They're not trying to tank their own stock. You know what I mean? I think they just want it on hand just in case it would do that. But we'll just have to see the plan. I'm sure Trey's going to ask all these questions, and that one is going to be a tricky one for Adam Aaron, the CEO of AMC, to answer, because he knows how people feel about it. So we'll just have to see what happens. Starfish says, got stuck in a stock. Clay V with the super chat. Have you discussed the 327 billion bond issuance? Clay, I have not. I'm not sure. I'm actually not too sure about that. I haven't even heard about this bond issuance. If there's an article you want to send me, I'd be happy to take a look at it. If you want to send it in the Discord, you can't send links in the chat, but I'd be more than happy to take a look at it. Plethora says, I don't care what Adam Aaron says. Y'all better vote no to the dilution. So yeah, I mean, here's the deal. The dilution, I think most people voted no to it. Trey on his stream, he probably has the most influence of anyone, and he said that he was voting no, and a lot of people, I'm sure, are going to vote no as well. I voted no personally, just because I don't want the dilution, and I don't know what the plans are for the shares, and that's why I voted no. They didn't really give us a good enough reason to vote yes, and until he gives us a good reason to vote yes, I'm not going to change my position. Corey, do you want to see the reach of the Eight Brotherhood? Search for Madeira Island on Google Maps. Check where I'm holding from. I'll have to check that out in a little bit. Melvin Capital received $8 billion from Citadel at the end of January. Is this factored into their Q1 losses? Because actually, I'm not sure if that was factored in the Q1 losses. We'll take a look at the articles in just a second. I have the like a Google search pulled up. We'll take a look and skim a few of them and see if that is in there. If there's any kind of information in there. Humble. Whenever it was 112, oh, you bought it at 113. Nice. I mean, you perfectly got, I would say, a little lucky there. I wouldn't say you timed it perfectly, but unless you bought it on the way up, that could be pretty good. But nice. I mean, you got in there perfectly. Where was that? Right here. Yeah, you got in a perfect spot. So nice job. Yeah, I got in around here. So what I waited for it to bounce, and I bought in as it started to go up. Well, actually, did I buy it on the way down? I don't remember. I bought it in some direction, but either way, I'm in there. What is an exit strategy? Yeah. Dilation smart is okay. Right. So James says, all at once would obviously not be smart, but issuing it slowly could do well, but it just really depends. Corey, when do you think the rules will be approved? We're waiting on the rules. I don't really have a date, and some of these, they have like chain reactions. For example, let's look at the DTCC filings, and we can go here. So some of them, they have like contingencies. For example, if we were to open this one, all this is redacted. That was so weird whenever I saw that. But we can see here how it talked about, it's right here. 003, I think. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I'm really not sure. They're trying to get it passed, I'm sure as soon as possible. I'm not sure if this one had a date, for example. So let's see, request. I was hoping that they would say something like this one, where it said request accelerated commission. So let's see if accelerated is in here. For pursuant of accelerated. See, it doesn't really have a. Is there anything? No, this is the only one in here, but yeah, there's nothing really in here. So I guess they can't really accelerate this one, or they didn't want to, or they're not able to. Either way, I think they're going to try to pass them as fast as possible. I don't think they're not trying to wait on this. No one wants to bag. These guys especially don't want to bag hold with what's going on. So I think they'll probably try to go as fast as possible. Let me see if this is the right link. Let me see something really quick. Sorry about that. Clay, is it the ft.com link? Yeah, and Clay. It doesn't let me pull it up because I don't have access to the I don't have a subscription. Yeah, I don't have a subscription to the Financial Times, so unfortunately I can't use that link. Sorry about that. James says, have you checked out Have you checked any new or anyone leave like BlackRock or Fidelity? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like if an institutional ownership left like AMC or something. Yeah, sorry, Clay, I can't click that link. Or it doesn't, I clicked it, but it doesn't load for me because I don't have a subscription. Exit, we will never sell. We'll post DD with text. All right, thanks. Yeah, I'm trying to review the article, Eric, but we'll have to see. What do you think about the CEO of AMC and Trey for next week? I think that he's going to, man, we just talked about it, but I do think that it's going to be good. Hopefully he can rally the apes and cause a good catalyst for something to happen. But, you know, no one really knows. It's really hard to tell exactly what's going to happen. I do not have Ortex. I guess I just need to get Ortex, right? I just need to get it and just bite the bullet on that one. So, but I do think Google Treasury bond. All right, we'll try Googling this, but I think it'll be good. Hopefully, but I wouldn't get too worked up, too hyped up about it, just because I'm afraid that people are going to have a Jordan Belfort situation. They get too excited, and yeah. No worries, Luco. I understand. I know you wouldn't ask again if you didn't hear it. All good. Let's see. Let me see if somebody posted a link here. News. As producers pump. Is this it? Oh gosh, I don't know what I'm looking at here. All right, I'll let this one settle for a sec, and I'll let someone send me the DD or whatever it is, and we'll take a look. Post DD. Okay, yes. So that's something I did want to address. So, yes. I tweeted to Trey because Trey was talking about it. So, this is from Fintel. I went ahead. This is my own screenshot. And Wanda did reduce their shares in AMC. And so it was filed today. They reduced it. I'm not sure the exact date. So they reduced their position by about 40%. Or change percent. I'm not sure why there are two change percents, but either way, I would still say 40%. This is not 86%. So and that's what happened. You know, I'm not trying to hide it. I'm not scared about it. It's not changing my position. They sold, it looks like 40% of their shares, and it is what it is. They didn't sell all of it, so they're still, you know, and this is a common thing. People take profits as it's going up, and I think it'll be okay. Mohammed says, do you think AMC and GME are waiting for the same catalyst? Yeah, I think it is going to be the same catalyst. I think it's going to be something similar to what we saw with the first squeeze, you know, the first gamma squeeze. They happen at think about it. All the heavily shorted stocks did the same thing at the same time. BlackBerry, Nokia, and other ones that we didn't even know were heavily shorted, all of a sudden are just, you know, were just on the list. They were all just skyrocketing, and that's what was happening. So I do anticipate all of those will probably happen at the same time with the same at the same thing. So no, I don't watch that person's streams, but yeah, I'm not worried about this. Yeah, and somebody tried to say, oh, Wanda, you know, they said AMC is down 2% because Wanda sold their shares. Like 2%, is that news? Down 2%? That's big news for us? Like, no, that's not news. Like, that's nothing. You want to know what news is? This is news. 49% loss. That is news, not 2%. No one cares about that. Oh, okay. Sly says Wanda's not taking profits. They are pulling out of all positions to focus on China. Okay, well, there you go. See, shows me what I know. Let's see. Last change in percent on the right is how much difference of ownership they had. Oh, okay then. How much lower are we going on GME? It's hard to tell how much lower we're going to go on GME. Personally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, just look at these indicators. You can look at the RSI, relative strength index. Anything over 30, anything under 30 is oversold. And so here we saw that it was low, right? And it continued to be low. And so theoretically, what you can do is, so typically, you see this and you want to buy in here, right? Obviously, everyone wants to buy here, but that's unrealistic. You never know when that is. So a lot of times what people will do is they'll wait and they'll buy here. Now, granted, it's not you're not going to get the absolute best price, but you will not catch the falling. Well, you could, it could false break and then go back under, but you see how it never really broke here. Can I zoom in here? Yeah, you can see how it never fully broke right here, or here or here. But whenever it finally broke here, then this is theoretically when you could buy in. And here you would have bought in at 125. You would have missed the very bottom, but hey, you still would have gotten a pretty good spot. And what you could always do is average down. Just be careful averaging down, because if you would have bought it over here, right, as soon as it was oversold, then you would have bought it here at 175. Now, if you want to average down, you can average down, it's going to take a lot for you to get this average price of here. So sometimes you're better off buying it whenever it's on the way up a little bit. So instead of 175, you would have got it at 125 approximately. And usually that would be probably a little bit better. And so that's how to read these things. And you can also see they were still in bearish territory, but yeah. So a cool little trick. Does DFV's contract expiring next week mean anything? I do think he's going to exercise his contracts. How many contracts does he have? I can't recall, but depending on how many contracts he had, remember, times 100, so it could be a whole bunch. Can I click this and go to the side? Ooh, what is this? Okay, so here's the stuff from Discord. Let me zoom in a little bit. U.S. government debt hit as analysts embraced for 370 billion in treasury sales. Holy crap! Is this the everything short that we're talking about? He has 500. No way, dude. Times 50,000 shares, not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. So I'm not sure if that's enough to be a catalyst, but it's not gonna hurt, I don't think. So yeah, what can I say? But I'm sure he'll exercise them, he'll purchase them, and he'll continue to hold. Government bonds, gosh. I'm trying to see if there's anything that really sticks out here, but I mean, just like so scary. Foreign investors. So first time Tesco comes on Monday with the sale of 78 billion. So I don't know if this is enough to be I really don't know what this means, and so I don't want to cause any kind of panic or anything like that. I will say it looks a little scary. I don't know if like first test comes on Monday with the sale of 58 billion in 3-year notes. I don't know if this is a catalyst. I don't know what this is going to do to the stock market. I don't know. So just full disclosure here. This is the first time taking a look at this. Someone sent me this DD in the Discord. So I'm just taking a look. Did I already open this one? Yes. So look at this one. It talks about the yields, and so yeah. So again, I'm really not sure what this means. If anybody has speculation of what this might mean, I'd be curious to know. This scares me because we're talking about the treasury, yields and stuff. I mean, it almost, I don't want this to be the everything short, but holy smokes, it's, who knows? It could be a little scary. Could be a little scary. Need to ask tough questions. Yeah, Christopher. So as far as the trades thing, I do think he's going to ask the hard questions. He has to ask these real questions. Oh gosh, Clay says, to answer your question, yes, it's basically proof positive that the everything short was on track. which is what I was afraid of, which is, you know, good for Austin for being right. I'm sure he wishes he wasn't right, but holy smokes, man, I just can't. I actually can't. I've had family members call me and say, hey, like, they watched, like, or I think my fiance explained the everything short to them, and they were like, do I need to like pull everything out of the stock market? Do I need to like just hunker down? And I don't have an answer for anyone. It's so hard because like it's like, are they, can it actually happen again? It's man, I got a little chill. It's a little scary. They're giving Citadel an out to cover their treasury bond shorts. Yeah, actually, truth over here is right. Dtcc is insured for $70 trillion. Jeez, they're not worried, right? I'm sure they don't want to hold the bag. I'm sure they don't want to pay for everything. But yes, they are insured for. I knew it was trillions. I didn't know it was 70 trillion. That's insane. Plus all these, yep, truth is right again. Plus all these new rule filings are falling in place so that they protect themselves against massive transfer of wealth. Exactly, I agree. So Wanda reduced to 6.8% ownership. They did not take profits. So how do you? I may be a little confusing. I'm not sure how you reduce your shares without selling your shares. Where do those shares go? If he exercises his, oh, I didn't even do the math. It was oh my gosh, that's why I was so confused. So it was 50,000 times, let's say, let's lowball it, right? Holy smokes. Now that is a lot of money going in. That's a lot of money going into GameStop. And you know what? I'm bullish. You think he's going to exercise his shares? He probably would exercise his shares. Dang, that's crazy. Insane. Hold on, I had to ban this person. Let me make sure it worked. Hello. There we go. Man, YouTube taking forever. Sorry about that. So, oh gosh, that's some crazy stuff. So are we near the end game? I think we are. I think we're very close. I think we're very, very close to the end game. I am, and again, you know, like I feel bad saying it because it's just like, I feel like I'm saying over and over again, but this is, I really feel like this is the end game, guys. Like, I really freaking do. Like, we are, I don't know. Like, how long are they going to sustain these losses? How long until these DTCC filings continue, like, until they roll out? How long until this, you know, this treasury yield and these guys have to cover? I mean, holy smokes. It's all adding up. It's all stacking. It's all continuing to go. And what can I say? Like, I think it's going to be, I am, I don't want to say ambitious. I'm looking forward to whatever's going to happen. I'm going to look extremely forward to what's happened. Did you look into Naked? I haven't looked into Naked just yet, Lee. Chloe says, GME is a once in a lifetime. Buy the dip, hold, apes together strong. I'm with you. I am with you guys. Yes. I do want to dive into a few of these articles here and see if I can see anything. I do like to take a few different sources and just remember, guys, who knows what these guys are talking about. Truth says, watch the charts before VW and GME, or VW, like their squeeze. It trade sideways, then dip, shaking off paper hands, and then boom, explosion. So yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything in here. Oh gosh, I probably should have read this beforehand. And well, I just got off of work and then I came like straight on. So that is that. But guys, I mean, I feel this is pretty crazy. This is a lot of for somebody who covered. I think it's very interesting how they had a 49% first quarter loss. And what I don't know is 49% of what? 49% compared to the previous quarter, 49% compared to, you know, it has to be compared to something. I don't think it's 49% of their total gains or whatever, their total company. But we can see here from, so these people made the most money and these people lost the most money. I wonder what if Maple Lane is, I wonder if they're shorted in these stocks as well. This could be one of the hedge funds that is also shorted GameStop. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm curious. Dude, what is happening? Okay, well, that side is done for me. We'll go ahead and scroll down here. And that side is done for me. It's the same site. Should have noticed. I'm approaching my article limit. These guys just want my money. Holy smokes. Reddit crowd rejoices at 51% to go. Yeah, someone said that in a Reddit post. I love how like Reddit posts are news. Like, this is legitimate news. Julie, are you in AMC? Let's see if there's anything interesting in here. Let me take a sip of water while I read this, see if I can find anything good coming out of it. Yeah, okay, 51% to go. One user posted. This is the part. What's funny is this is I ordered my monitor today, guys. So I did order it. It is on its, well, it'll be here before the end of the month, but it's gonna take forever to get here. I don't know what's going on. I ordered it from Amazon. So this is the part that always gets me whenever I'm looking at like the news, and this is the part that really made me start second guessing the news, because I noticed when I was younger that they would take, you know, what one person said and call it the news. So I know this is a larger article, yada, yada, yada. But, you know, just because one person says this, I mean, one person can say something absolutely outrageous, doesn't make it news, you know, it doesn't make it true. It doesn't make it the thoughts of the collective. It just so happens that this is the thoughts of the collective, well, most likely. But it's like, it just is makes you really think about what's going on. Let's see, up over 740% in the year to date. So crazy how like everything that's going on. I still get like excited just looking at this kind of stuff. Just the numbers, just the percentages of how high they're up is insane. Oh, of course, Julie's holding AMC. Wow, Yasser has 100 shares of GME. Really hope it can be life-changing. Man, I mean, it doesn't have to go very high for you for it to be life-changing money. Dang, that's not bad. $113 shares of GameStop. Dang, insane. Let's see. ZN says, so I hate the investor place, but we know the short interest of GME is in the hundreds, if not thousands %. Wow. But they said it was at least 45% short. Check it out. Yeah, I mean, hey, if it's, oh, let me see. Kriggs, let me see what you said, Kriggs. Sorry about that. Let's take a look-see. Kriggs says, regarding the 70 trillion. Oh, let me finish Mohammed's thought and then I'll look at Kriggs really quick. But yeah, I mean, we know the short interest is high, like, and it's been continuing to be high, and we've seen a lot of different reasons that it could be looking low, a lot of different things going on. But let's see. Regarding the 70 trillion, this is what Kriggs said. Regarding the 70 trillion insurance, or 67 trillion, I work for Aviva Insurance in the UK, and we have insane insurance limits to cover for the worst case scenarios. I can get more details. Okay, yeah. I'd love to no, I'm sure we can look up what is the DTCC, how much is the DTCC insured for, and I'm sure it'll show something here. Oh, is this the fee guide? Insure. No, that's not what I was looking for. Webull package worth about 40 trillion. I'm not really seeing the exact amount that it is insured for, but I do know it's in the trillions. I had seen that somewhere else, but I don't know what this is talking about. It also manages between, look at this, 1.7 quadrillion in value. This is not how much they're insured for, but this is something very, very interesting. That's a crazy number to see. But oh, okay. So and this is old. This is on Reddit. Take that for what that is. But it does say here on the DTCC. Let me see what this says really quick. On the DTCC wiki page, it says that they retain the custody of 3.5 million securities issues worth about 40 trillion. I don't know if that's insured for that much, but that's okay. Has 70 trillion insured for. Okay, sounds good. Oh, okay, seems pretty unanimous that it's 70 trillion that they're insured for, which is pretty great. But you know, just crazy stuff. This I love just like watching this. So what's interesting though, it's lost 7% in March. So I wonder what they lost. I wonder if the majority of this is from January, if they're still continuing to lose. This doesn't mean 49% this month. I do want to make that clear. But they are continuing to lose, meaning they are. I think they do still have, whether it's a large position, a position, and I do think it's a large position, but I think they're going to continue to lose as this continues to play out. So we'll just have to see. Tom Pie says, no one has covered any GME shorts, yet their ego is too big to lose on guys like us. Yeah, you know what's funny is that's what a lot of people are speculating, right? I don't know if I have any numbers to really prove this, but theoretically, what people were saying is that whenever we were here and it ran up, you know, people they doubled down on their positions. And so if they did double down on their position, sure, it went down a little bit. I don't know if they sold and you know, if they got out of their positions and you know, did something cool. But I do think that they probably did, and they're holding now because they do anticipate it's going to be lower than 158. And so, you know, maybe they'll benefit in the short term, but I do think that if and when this squeezes, it's going to be astronomical. And I do think that if they're forced to liquidate their positions or liquidate their or cover, you know, their margin call or something, I think that they're just going to lose so much more money, and it's going to be insane. Trey shouted you out again today. Yeah, I saw that. It's cool, you know. He said he watched my videos. He likes what I do. He's impressed, and I was like, dang, it's cool. You know, it's cool. Trey's probably the reason I started the channel, and it's so cool to see him like acknowledge me and I don't know, just give me a little bit of praise. It was actually a little surreal. So crazy. Look at the RSI. Yeah. Look at this RSI, guys. A little oversold. This is on the, what was this? The 3 month though. Let's look at the 1 month and see how it's sitting. Sitting oversold. Looks like a good dip. 5 day. Okay, so 5 day a little flatter. Just right even. But you know what? Macroscopically looking pretty phenomenal. Looking very phenomenal as far as the and remember, guys, GameStop has come a long way. You know, GameStop was all the way down here at the low of 38.50, usually around, you know, $50, $50, $60, and then it went all the way. It skyrocketed. It skyrocketed to you know, all the way up here, and then another came up again. A little bit of consolidation. We did see this with a lot of stocks. This was a huge like correction in the entire market, and so a lot of stocks look kind of like this. And you know, the question is, what is it gonna look like in the future as things continue to roll out? You know, so that is that. Let's see. Brandon says, oh well, Animal says, love you and Trey. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Brandon says, Tucker, hey brother, any ideas where we will be going next week for GME and AMC? It's really hard to tell. I don't really want to give any solid answers. I feel like I'll say this. I think we're going to be back up around the 200, testing that 200 level of resistance at this point. We do have a few different points, especially here, 188, this level of resistance that we're going to have to fight again. But if we continue to fight this and if we can go above this, then we'll be in this little 188 to, just under 200 right here. And we'll have to fight here. But once we break 200, there are a few levels of resistance here, but, hopefully we can get up into this range. Once we pass like 230, it looks like it could be smooth sailing, maybe a few different places up here, but I feel like we could, I would not be surprised if we jump from like what is this? Maybe around here, like 226. If we pass that 230 mark, I would not be surprised at all if we went straight to 250. Just like jumped. Yeah. Sent you a two-part. Oops. Let's close this one. Is it in Discord? I'm not sure where you sent a two-part message, my friend. Wasn't the share recall by BlackRock, etc.? Which share recall? Cosmo, good evening. New sub and thumbs up. Hey, appreciate that, Cosmo. Cheers, traders. Look at that. The love from the community. Ape all the way here. So if the Dtcc 801 ruling is more devastating to the hedgies than the cost of doing business, fines, etc., there's no possible way there won't be a squeeze. Right. So, and it's not even that. It's not even that if it's more expensive than the cost of doing business. I don't know if they'll have a choice, because they're going to say, if you don't put more money down, we are going to liquidate your assets, liquidate your positions or whatever, and you're done. They're not really going to have a choice at this point. And that's similar to what would happen. And granted, I'm sure, there's a lot more intricacies or whatever that go into that. But I do think that it is going to be even bigger because, think about if we have a margin call, and that's what they do to us. We either have to pay or they'll liquidate our assets. And that's what, or securities or whatever, they'll have to liquidate to make sure we pay for it. And with these filings that are coming out, they're saying, okay, well, if you can't pay for it, essentially like the MSCC, DTCC, that they might even pay for it, which I think is a little ridiculous because no one's going to pay for our trades, but whatever. I really, honestly, as much as I do want them to fail, as in the hedge funds, I don't want them to come out okay, but I do want them to I don't know. It's kind of rough because I want to say, I just want to make sure that we're paid and we are going to be paid. But at the same time, I want them to, I want change to happen. This is not okay for this to happen. It shouldn't be this rough. It shouldn't be this wrong. We shouldn't have been silenced the first time whenever they halted trading. And there's way more going on than this squeeze going on and holding and stuff, and it's rough. There's a lot of fatigue. We saw a big or medium-sized YouTuber the other day gave out on their positions and was done with it. And so that's that. I mean, it's like the fatigue is real, and so I'm just looking forward to the future, just staying positive and excited about what's to come. House says, anyone else saw the Reddit post regarding 801 and telling people to stop commenting or voting because it only delays it? I'm not sure if that's true. I don't think we can vote on 801. I think that's more DTCC, SEC, whoever votes on it. I don't think we have anything to do with it. Am I mistaken? Okay, Wayne has a way to help AMC. Wayne says, go to AMC this weekend and on Monday, and we will see news about AMC revenue over the weekend, and boom, rocket time. Wayne has solved the issue, guys. Wayne has it all figured out and knows exactly how to do it. Let's see. Creek says, with the insurance company I work for, we offer 10 million in insurance cover if you're a homeowner and someone trips and break their leg. Obviously a broken leg with 10 million. Okay. Is there a chance GME will squeeze, but AMC won't? I really don't think so. I think that they're all going to squeeze. In my this is my personal opinion, right? And this is based on what we saw previously with how the previous stocks went up, how they on January 27th they all went to the moon, or started to go to the moon at least until everything was halted. But yes, I think that everything is going to happen at the same time. I feel like AMC and if we just want to keep it to AMC and GameStop, then that's fine. But I think all of the heavily shorted stocks, I think they will all squeeze at the same time. I think they'll all go to the moon. Now, granted, some might go further than others. Some might be longer than others. But unfortunately, with everything that happened, it's really hard to tell and get a gauge on anything because they shut it down. And whenever they shut it down on all those stocks, all the securities, all those tickers, then everything was just frozen. It was stunted. So we'll have to see what happens this time. But I do think that they're all going to go to the moon at the same time, and I'm just looking forward to it. I'm just going to be along for the ride. We've seen that it takes at least, I think the VW squeeze was like 2 days or maybe longer. A lot of the squeezes, we've been looking at a lot of squeezes recently on the channel, and some of them may not have been exact squeezes, but they've been some crazy run-ups. I'm not 100% sure that everything we looked at was a squeeze, but we did notice that a lot of these stocks some of them took 2 weeks. Actually, I just read an article about Tesla, and it said it was a short squeeze, or just a squeeze at least, but well, I guess it would be a short squeeze. And it lasted, months and months. So it could take that long. And so I think it really comes down to, in my opinion, just holding. And I really think I've taken the position of selling on the way down, whenever it really is going down, and it's like that. But again, we don't really know when it's actually going to go down. Honestly, I might just hold the entire time. Trey said he's just going to hold it until forever. He said he's really not going to probably sell. So I'm not too sure. AMC utilization is at 95%. Yeah, I just need to get Ortex. I just got to do it. The first time AMC wasn't really a squeeze, like talking about it. Yeah, I think it's pretty well accepted. It was like a gamma squeeze. So I guess take that for what that is. Would the vote for additional shares trigger an automatic share recount of AMC, regardless if it passes or not? From my understanding, they're already counting the shares, and so from my understanding, they're counting the shares, and they're trying to make sure that they are they're just counting the shares. And I think the count is going to be done by May 4th. So that could be a catalyst, and so it's really just kind of depends. Ralph Hands paper. Yeah. Yeah, there was a YouTuber and he got fatigued and he wanted to jump on other plays, and he was done with it. And, if that's the way he feels, then that's the way he feels. Didn't sway anybody. He got so much heat for it just by saying what he's going to do. And, it is what it is. But, and he realistically, is he wrong about right at the second there being other plays that are making money? He's not wrong. Look, we can see right here, these plays are making money. Now, the question is he going to find those plays? Is he going to be able to capitalize on those plays? Maybe. But I would rather not take the risk. I'm very happy with what is going on with AMC and GameStop. Well, I'm not necessarily like super happy about the way it's all going down with these hedge funds, but I feel comfortable with my position, and I feel very convicted in what is happening and what will happen. In a typical stock market, guys, like to get if you're in one of these hedge funds and they're trying to make you a bunch of money, to get 20% in a year is fantastic. So imagine I've already made over 100% this year on AMC alone. And so as long as that continues to grow, I feel very, very happy and very comfortable with my positions. So Cosmo says, rather the guy be honest, he sold, than carry on. To be honest, yeah, I mean, hey, if he wants to sell, then do that. Johnny says, I can't fault the guy. I sold mine to buy more GME. Yeah. And so I gotcha. Is this bingo cherry? I don't know what that means. Low Rocket says AMC was going to go higher than GME the first squeeze. They had 1 billion in volume, which is actually very interesting. Trades, he has a very interesting point with this, right? So the total amount of shares of the float of AMC is and you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen this on Trades yet, but the total amount of the float is, let's say, I think at the time it was like 350 million shares. I think it was at the time, or maybe 400, who knows what it was, but that means that every single share of AMC was traded at least 2 or 3 times, which is crazy because I didn't move many of my shares. I was just holding. So it's just so crazy to think of how much price action. That's a lot of volume. It almost doesn't make any sense because of the total amount of shares in the float. It's like, it's the weirdest thing ever. So I thought that was very interesting. Tom Pye says they need every share in existence to cover, and even more at that. Tom, you're right. So let me ask you if you know the answer to this question. If anyone has the answer to this question, let me ask you. So if there are, let's say currently they have 500 million shares in, because they're over the float, I mean, because there's only 450 million shares that should be available in the float. And so, and we can see that here, right? So let's show you where I'm coming up with these numbers, okay? And let me walk you through like what the float is and all this stuff. So we can see the AMC, I think it's Market Watch. So if we go to AMC Market Watch, I think it shows it very, very easily here. And we're looking for the float. Okay, the public float. Okay, so if there's 447 million shares in the public float, how, and let's say let's say with all the naked shares, all the false fake securities, let's say there's actually, let's lowball it or something, let's say 500 million. So if there's that many, what happens to those additional 50 million shares? You know, do we all really get to choose our price and the last person to sell gets to choose their price? Or, you know, and that's not necessarily the way to go, because if I buy and sell and, you know, you're just holding, then I screwed you over technically. But hey, Beverly, welcome. So that is my question. I don't know what happens to those additional 50 million shares, because if those just stay in circulation somehow, then man, these hedge funds, and if the hedge funds don't have any of them and they just need to buy in, then who knows? Or maybe what will happen is whenever they have these shares, they just have to divvy up the cash because they never own the shares or anything. So maybe they'll throw in that let's say, you know, 50 million times 10, what is that? 500 million of cash into the stock, and maybe that'll skyrocket it. So I have a few questions there. I'm not 100% sure about that, but that is something I'm trying to figure out. So I'm looking for the right person to talk to. Maybe I'll call Austin about it, a Tobit, and see if he has a thought on that. But I'm not sure if he would, but I got to find somebody who knows that answer, because that is a question that I really need to find out. Johnny says, these institutions legit tried to put GME in the dirt and got called out on it by DFE and Wall Street Bet crowd. Yeah, that story is probably the coolest story. Whenever I tell people about how this whole thing got started with Roaring Kitty and how he was just like in there, it was just so crazy how he was able to, he found this, he just told people what was going on, and people they're like, why not? You know, it's $2. I'm sure I'll hold it. And wow, who would have thought? Also, yeah. So Tom, we're in the similar boat, my friend. I'm not sure. Let me see if we could find the. Let me see. The craziest thing is the hedge fund posted snakes in board of GME to bankrupt and they failed. Right. And they were getting close. It was at $2. They shorted it all the way to $2. And they were really trying to get it all the way past $2. Because remember, if they get it to zero and they do go bankrupt, then those guys, I guess they don't have to pay taxes on it or something. And so it really pays out for them. So, but at the same time, so greedy. So greedy. Let's see. Webb says, I have a feeling that the hedge funds have been shorting GME for so long that they can't get out of their positions because they're so shorted synthetic. Yeah, that's actually a good point. I mean, they're so deep in this that I don't know if they're going to be able to get out. They won't be able to. I'm really worried. And this is why I'm happy we're seeing these DTCC filings, right? Because just because of the way it's structuring it. It's structuring it in the way that, it's all going to happen very neatly, very organized. And I think that it is going to work in our favor. And I think that I don't think they'll be able to get out. And I was worried they're going to try to go bankrupt, but I don't think that they're going to, well, even if they do go bankrupt, I still get paid. So, and whoever has the stock gets paid. And so I think that is fantastic. And that's what I care about. If they go out of business and I still get paid, sounds good to me. That's a win-win. That's a win-win scenario. Lewis says, did you watch recently Jordan Belfort's video saying there will be no squeeze and how GME will go back to the real price? What do you think about it? Yes. So I did watch it. He said, I think he said specifically, I think it was for GameStop. I'm not sure if he mentioned AMC, but specifically for GameStop, he does think, and this is his own opinion, guys. I'm not going to be shaken from my position. Mason, subscribe. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. I don't think that. Okay, so Jordan Belfort, he said a lot of stuff, and I think Trey said they had to re-record it. That was their second one. So he said that, and he also said he can't say how the interview went the first time, but the way he kind of well, I don't want to get him in trouble, but it seemed like Jordan Belfort had different answers the first time, and he had to be much more PC this time because of the way he can sway people. And I think probably with his SEC, his run-ins and his trouble with the SEC, he probably needs to be very, very, very careful about it, what he says. And I don't know anything about if it was a felony, and in certain felonies, you can't ever trade, like certain felonies, like you can never own a business again. And I'm sure he's probably one of those people. And and maybe he can't ever trade. I don't know if he can't trade stocks again. Who knows what it is? But yeah, so there's a lot of different things there. Now, do I believe what he said? He said a few things. So he said in the long term, in 2 or 3 years, whatever, if the businesses stay exactly how they are today, they will fail. And if you think that if GameStop doesn't adapt or change, which they are trying to do, they're going into e-commerce, they're going to potentially try to do those like gamer cafes and stuff. So they are changing, but if they stay the same they are right now, they probably would go out of business in 3 to 5 years. And that's just the truth of the business model right now. And I have no problem saying that. Olive, welcome, my friend. Olive, we've been missing you. And so that's just the nature of the business model. So that's long term. However, he did say short term, they could be very interesting. I can't remember the exact words he used, but he said in the short term, if you're following it and you believe in it, it could be a very profitable thing. But in the long term, unless they change, not necessarily so much. Not necessarily so much. So Olive, so burnt out on the markets. I understand. And good on you for taking a break, because I know it's hard. Yes. So Gio. So he did say he bought his girlfriend or fiance, whatever, an Aston Martin car, AMC. He said it was a truck. I'm not sure if he started with Aston Martin car and then he said, well, it was actually a truck. So there's that. And we'll just say that. Oh gosh, here we go. So that is that. Let me hook this guy up really quick. Olive, I was been waiting for you, my friend. I wanted to make you a moderator, and you are. I'm gonna learn how to make you a mod in the Discord, because I see you in there. I appreciate you in there taking a look and you know, just taking care of stuff in there, Olive. So I'm gonna learn how to make you a moderator in the Discord, and I appreciate you, buddy. So back to what I was saying. So yes, Jordan Belfort said a lot of things, and so that was that. It kind of was like off topic. It was kind of all over the place. It was a lot of different things. I'm not sure if that was intended, but it kind of got, you know, a few different ways. I do appreciate Trey for bringing him on there and stuff. I'm looking forward to the other one. I'm looking forward to the other one, meaning the interview with Adam Aaron, the CEO of AMC. Joshua, great point. And you're right. So keep in mind, Jordan is coming from a time that didn't have Wall Street bets or social media, which is a game changer. Yeah, there's a lot of different things going on there. A lot of different catalysts. We know Elon himself can just pump any stock he wants, essentially. So stuff like that. Said car and right after truck. Oh, okay. So that's how he said that. Any recommendations for Monday buys, not AMC or GME? Is that okay to ask the group? Hey, of course. If anyone has any plays that they're looking forward to, any news catalysts that might be coming up, Starfish would love to know. I'd love to know. I love news catalysts, and you know, just because I'm heavily convicted in AMC, I don't have any real extra cash like put elsewhere. I always love looking at big plays. I love looking at winners. That's why I go here, and I like to see the tops. I like to see the top winners, top losers, and see what I think is going to happen. But don't ever be ashamed of making money. There's nothing wrong with that. Cosmo, I appreciate your greeting, new subs, a good quality way to start off. Hey, no problem, Cosmo. My pleasure. I try to, you know, get to, and this is kind of a downfall. You know, I try to read every single chat. Sometimes I get a little far behind, but recently I've been trying to keep up a little more with the chat, because everyone thought I was reading a different chat. They thought I was like in a different private chat or something and just answering those questions. But I'm trying to answer you guys as much as possible. So thank you so much, man. Welcome. Everybody, I'm not assuming gender, so welcome, friend. No problem, Lewis. No problem at all. Let's see. Truth says, yeah, another YouTuber broke it down deep about housing mortgages and all that. They plan to do a second interview too. Interesting. Yeah. I wonder what's going to happen with the housing market as well. You know, there's some interesting things happening, especially with the everything short. I wonder if that's going to have an effect on it. Just holy smokes, you know, you never know what's going to happen these days. Guru says, on Monday I will decide what to do with Palantir. Currently my only active swing trade. Yeah, let's see what Palantir is looking like right now. I like Palantir. I did a video on Palantir recently. If you haven't seen it, I recommend taking a look if you don't really know what they do. But yeah, I feel like these guys have a good thing. Didn't they just get a contract as well? I thought they just got a contract. And if they did, then awesome. You know, that'd be so great for them. Could be awesome. Steve with the super chat. Thank you, my friend. Steve says, this feels like some fictional movie holding 116 shares of AMC, of GME. 116 shares of GME Gamestop. Can't comprehend what it could mean for my future. Just know I have diamond hands. I love it. I love it so much. Thank you for that super chat. 116 shares of GME. That's insane. That is incredible. So congratulations. Man, very impressive, guys. A lot of you are holding over 100 shares. This is very impressive. Very, very impressive. Jeez. How accurate is the everything short? Southern, I'll say it's the information is, we believe the information to be right. You know, we didn't pull anything out of thin air. And when I say we, I can't really take any credit for it. It was Austin. So Austin, he did his research. Super smart guy. I mean, if you listen to him talk just for, a few minutes, holy smokes, you just can tell he knows what's going on. He knows which way's up. He knows, he's a smart ape. Okay. And I'm afraid that, that he's right. And it's extremely accurate. And hopefully though, there are, what am I looking for? Hopefully there are things in place to make sure that everything is okay. Hopefully. Keith says, Kriggs, I'm not sure of your answer, my friend. I tried skimming through the article, but I'm not sure if they're, for Melvin, if their 49 Q1 loss is 49% of the entire capital of the stocks they're in, of the entire company. I'm not sure what the loss is, to be honest. And so I just want to be frank with you. Tara says, how do you feel about the $40 strikes for June? So I've been seriously considering purchasing these strikes. $40 for June. Was this the one I was looking at? Yeah, I think this is the one I was looking at. Yes, this was. I have been really considering purchasing these, like $1,000 worth of these, because if I purchased $1,000 worth of these, and you know what, it's a bit of a discount, so this could be pretty good. I think it was 28 I have to do. No, let's do. Oh, is it even cheaper today? If it's 30, then it went down a little bit. No, it's about the same. We'll do 29. Okay. So if I purchased $1,000 worth and this stock goes to $50, holy smokes, look how much money I made. Like, there's a lot of money to be made here if it squeezes before then. So it just really depends on what can happen. But I feel like, holy smokes, it really just depends when you think it's going to happen. I personally, I'm just super safe. I want to go out to September, but the gains for here, the premium for September being so far out is rough. Let's see, is it? Yeah, I think it's like, yeah, see, like I can only buy 16 instead of 29. Okay. And then, even then it's still a lot of money, but those premiums, they get you good, but you do have extra time just in case. So as much as I want to buy the June ones, I think I'm going to get the September one. And you can see, look, over 49,000 contracts here. Over 49,000 are purchased for that. So a lot of people really think it's going to happen. Only 8,000 for September. And granted, it's like it's not almost half the price, but it's better value if you go through June. So it really just depends on what you think the catalysts are going to be. And for me, I think it would be, when do you think these rules are going to pass? This 801, I really don't have an answer for when these will pass. There could be appeals, there could be this and that. So it could take a few months for it to pass. And if it is a few months, then, you may not be so happy with the outcome of what happens. But if you buy it, let me know. I'm just, ooh, Rinnigan has 40. Oh my gosh, 31. Holy smokes. Okay. I love doing the math. I love to see what people can make, guys. What can I say? Like, I like to see money. So 31. Yeah, see, this is what I wanted to buy. Exactly this. Yeah. Well, a little less, probably 29, but yes. And look, if it goes to $60, look, holy smokes, that's a lot of money, guys. And this is what's so crazy about options. And so I know options are scary, and be very cautious, about options. Just know what you're doing. And whenever I say that, I'm really not trying to scare people. I think people are a little too cautious when it comes to playing options. And the reason I say that is because realistically, if you can play options here, all you really need, in my opinion, my personal opinion, is all you really need to understand is your max loss. Like, you'll lose all your money basically. If it's like under 40. But you know what? If it hits 40.34, then you'll make money. If it goes over 40.34, which is the break even price, you'll make money. And this is how much money you'll make. So just know you're going to lose all this money, or you're going to make, at the very, like, let's say it goes to $41, you made $3,000 off a $1,000, quote unquote bet. So there's a lot of stuff at 300. Oh, Rinnigan. Oh, are you able to, how did you get up there to 300? Are you raising the limit price? Jeez. Or I don't know how you're getting over there, because it only lets me stop here unless I can make this wider. No, it doesn't let me make it wider. So anyways, yeah, a lot of money to be made here, guys, off of, it's a good, I don't want to say it's a good bet. It's the leveraging of the money. I had a stock for, I had one, it's not always this large, by the way. I had one where the stock was up 40% and I was up 130% because it leverages your money that way. So, keep that in mind. I'm all gillied up. Okay, ready for this one now. Here's the other side of it. I lost 35K on 4-9 GME calls. Be careful. Yes, you need to be careful about what is going to happen. You need to be super careful about what you think will happen and which way this is going to go. Because if this doesn't make it, if it's $30, what does it have to hit? What's down here? If it hits $39 and not 40, you just lost all your money. You lost $1,000 just down the drain. So keep that in mind. But I love it. It's definitely worth learning. If you feel super confident, and what I do is I buy them far out of the money. Everybody wants the June one. I want the September one because I'm going to make it a little less money, but you know what? It's, in my eyes, it's a little bit safer. Okay. And if it happens before then, hey, you're still good. You still made a lot of money. A lot of very good way to leverage your money. So I'll kind of leave it at that. I don't want to beat it too dead, but it's fantastic. It is very cool stuff. Let me take a sip of this water. I just like to read this. I just like to look at it for a sec. Yeah, losing 35,000 is insane. I also made $250,000 twice on GME options off. Yeah, see, that's crazy. That's a lot of money to make. Oops. Oh, you guys want to see my new wallpaper? Check this out. I'll scoot this over here. Look at this. Isn't this sick? This was an NFT that the person who created the NFT, they turned it into a wallpaper and it's called Wallpaper Engine. It's on Steam. I think it's like a couple bucks that you pay for, but holy smokes, isn't this the coolest thing you've ever seen? I'm obsessed. I wanted to buy the NFT. You know how much the NFT sold for though? I wasn't even close. It sold for $40,000. And I believe it. This thing is incredible. But yeah, I ordered the new monitor, my friend. I ordered it today, so it'll be here, but it has not arrived just yet. But very cool. 2LZ. I'm mad y'all didn't understand what he was trying to say. 2LZ. Did I miss another one? What I was trying to say, or who was trying to say? Johnny says I lost 10K in options. Yeah, guys. I mean, here's the deal. I lost some money on options, like thousands of dollars, but I've made tens of thousands of dollars just trading options. Guys, I didn't start with a lot of money. I started with $4,000, and I've made a lot of money. Just during this whole time. So Is there? Oh, okay. Here's a good question. Is there anyone with over 1,000 shares of GameStop in here? That's a good question. Whatever. Y'all don't know math. I don't know what's going on. Who doesn't know math? Oh gosh, okay, so here's a good question. What's the point of NFTs? From my understanding, NFTs are non-fungible tokens, and essentially it's almost like, I don't know, I kind of been explaining it to myself because I really haven't talked to anyone about it, but it seems almost like it's a crypto type artwork that is worth value, some weird stuff like that. It is the weirdest thing ever. Or maybe it's just like artwork that you buy with crypto and then I really don't. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop explaining it because I really am not the right person to explain this. There's a good YouTube video on it. I recommend watching it, and I'll just say that because I'm not the person to be explaining this at all. Edward says, for new viewers, could you share a little how you started the learning curve time? So, yeah, absolutely. So, and Edward, I'm organizing right now. I'm structuring my course. I am going to be releasing a course on stocks and everything. So, just so you guys know, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And I'll let you guys know when I release it. I'm still trying to get everything in order, but yeah. So basically, I started I just so happened. I mean, who doesn't like stocks? You know, I used to watch all the movies and stuff, and then I just got started. But you know what? Realistically, I just started trading. Like I started doing some stuff. I wanted to buy some options, and you know, I just got into it. And I really wasn't about technical analysis first. I was trading. I called it like intuitive trading, intuition trading. I don't know what you call it. But I thought, you know, right now we're in a pandemic. What's going to open? What's going to do well? And my thought process was actually, it was right, but it was also wrong because I went straight to, well, I guess we didn't know how long we were going to be in quarantine, right? So I went straight to cruises. I went straight to anything that closed down and was not going to be open for a while. I went straight into those, which is the right thought process. I did make a good amount of money doing that. But what I should have done is got into things like Zoom, like Home Depot apparently did really well. You know, all these other ones that people were stuck at home and they wanted to refurnish their apartments. So I think like Wayfair, all these other stocks did really, really well. But I went into the other ones and hey, I did very well trading those other stocks. So that's how I really got started. And so I made a lot of money like that. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna amplify this. So I looked into options and I started trading, you know, cheap options. And you don't have to trade expensive options. For example, if you go to GE and look at their options, look, they're $1. Now, granted, this is the one for today, so this doesn't really count. But April 16th, you can play options for $2 here, $3. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one, $3. So, but granted, this is not most likely not going to print, but you could play a little close to the money, a little closer to the money for $9, you know, and you can get your feet wet. And this stock is isn't too volatile over the course of amount of time. So you may want to buy these options, you know, for a few weeks out, and even then it'll be $8 or something. And you can see how it prints and you can see how it can leverage your money. It's pretty cool how it works, you know. It's so cool because you can see here this $8 call with a break-even price of $14.58. So in order for you to make money, it needs to hit $14.58. But look, you can see how much money it can make you. Even if it just hits $15, you just made $41 off of an $8 bet. So you know, this is how I got into trading options and very slowly. And remember, your loss is only what it is. And make sure, you know, that you're doing this right. You don't want to trade the wrong option. These are called single options, just single option. It's not a covered option, not a covered stock. It's a single option, not a covered stock. And so, yeah, just started trading slowly and slowly. And eventually what you do is you pick up, you know, an indicator and you say the RSI, the relative strength index, and you start looking at it. So I see here, whenever it goes under, look, it's going to bounce and it bounces here, right? And here it went just outside of it and it went down, but it could have kept going. And then you can see, look, it's oversold. And this was right here and it bounced, but look, it also dipped again and it became oversold again. So you can start like playing with these nice and slow. And then you can put on these other indicators like this EMA was 200 EMA, the exponential moving average over a 200-day period. So pretty, not too crazy to understand. And the 15-day moving average, and you can see how they follow, and you know what you're looking for, and you can see how whenever it passes through it, you know, stays under. Whenever it goes above it, stays over. And you can just mess with these things a little bit, little by little. Chris, your loss is only what it is. Your loss is limited to whatever whatever it says here, whatever your number is. Your loss is whatever it is. That's quality content for you guys right there. Quality content. Recovery says, I've got both AMC and GME and a couple of others. I think they're shorted also. Yeah, and you know, that could be a great play right now. And that's another way to play these things right now, right? So I was originally in stocks that I think were going to do well. AMC was a stock that I thought was going to do well. Like, in the future, I was not expecting the squeeze or anything, and I got in super early around $2, and I'm feeling good about my position. So yeah. Derek, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Derek says, can you buy a call without having the cash to exercise? Absolutely. Great question. And this is a very important question because, no, it's right here. Mike, you think I would clickbait you, Mike? You've been here all the time, my friend. You see it right here. That's messed up. So, great question, Derek. So, can you buy a call without having the cash to exercise? Absolutely. The only cash you need is this right here. You need the $8. For example, if you wanted to buy this one, and remember, there are going to be different prices, and you can see it here on the ask. These are the different prices that you would have to pay, but this is all you would need to pay. Now, what most people do is they sell their contract. So for example, let's say you got a contract all the way in for January of next year. And so let's say you bought it at the $17 strike and it's $80, right? And let's say the stock goes to, let's say it has a fluke, right? It's like, and let's say it jumps to $25, you know, and to make money, all it has to hit is 17. So if it goes to $25, you made $725, but you haven't made it yet until you sell. So what you can do is you can sell the contract. You don't have to keep this contract and purchase the shares. I just sell the contract. I don't have to purchase the shares and I make this money. And I do that because I can't afford to purchase 100 shares at this price or whatever. So what most people do is they typically just sell the contract so they don't have to worry about it. And so hopefully that is clear for you, Derek. Let's see, Derek. Yeah, let me know if that makes sense, Derek. And I can go in, I think I explained it well, but if you need me to explain it a little further, I'd be happy to. No problem, Mike. I was like, what are you talking about, dude? Did you just say AMC was a sock? AMC is a sock. No, it's a, did I say it's a sock? It's a stock. I don't know. I don't know. I see a lot of people going crazy in here. Hopefully my mods will just make sure everyone's cool. As long as everyone's being respectful, I appreciate, you know, people talking back and forth. No problem. Let's see. Maintain low cones. I love it. People sell at much lower. Oh, wait, no. Someone asked me, could you go over a covered call? Okay. So I'm not good at covered calls. I'm not, but luckily, Webull is so cool. Like you can take a look and you can look at the graph, right? You can see here. So this one right here, and this, I don't understand covered calls. So I really don't cover them, and this is why, because look, your debit right here, it's going to cost you. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, here we go. This is why I don't like it. Your max loss, so this is what it's going to cost you, $14.74, right, to purchase it. And your max profit is $226. So I would rather not buy this for so many reasons. And again, I don't fully understand it, but yeah, and you can kind of go in here and you can, you know, see, okay, well, this is how much I lose and this is how much I'll make. But personally, I'd rather do the single option, because instead of paying that much, look, I only need $80 instead of $1,400 or $1,400, whatever it was, and my profit is unlimited, and it just keeps going up. So I don't really understand. Derek, you don't have to super chat every time, my friend. I'm more than happy to answer it, but I appreciate it. Thank you. So Derek says, sounds good to me. I bought calls. I just don't know how to sell them when the time comes. I'm planning on selling. I'm planning on trying to sell one on Monday. Yeah. So all you really should have to do is, I don't think I've sold a call in here, but you just have to go to it and just sell it. You just have to sell the. Actually, I have sold a call in here, but you just have to go to it, make sure it's sell, and you just sell your quantity, and then you just hit sell, and then it'll tell you how much you made or lost. Hopefully made. But yeah, hopefully that helps, my friend. And you can, your whatever platform you're in should be pretty easy to use, that you can click it and really see what exactly it's going to do. So hopefully it's not too bad for you. Jeremy said, for covered calls, it's because you need to have 100 shares of the stocks in order to sell the covered call. Right. So good point, Jeremy. I should have mentioned that, but I just don't like it. Mike says it's definitely risky. Don't put more than you're willing to lose. Right. Vest says, watching this brother, I like his guest and what he has to say. Hey, thank you. I think you're talking about a Tobit. Well, I have a few different guests, so hopefully you like all of them, but I appreciate that. I'm using Webull. Oh yeah. So you just have to go in here, and it should be pretty similar to just making sure it says sell, and then you can just make sure it's just going to sell. You put your quantity, and I usually just leave everything kind of as is, unless I'm anticipating for the limit to move or something like that. But yeah. Oh no, the timeout rocket. Don't do it to me, bro. I'm not sure what happened, but let's make sure we're being respectful, guys. We don't want to be too crazy. Yeah. Lee is a loose cannon, okay? You never know what he's going to do. Or all of us a loose cannon. You never know what he's going to do. They're, so they will find you. Let's see. Jeremy says, selling covered calls is a good play for a stock that typically trades sideways. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you. ABUS. Biopharm. I do like pharma. I'll tell you that right now. Let's see. Is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company. The company is engaged in discovering, developing, commercializing cure for people. See the broken English is weird sometimes. A cure for people with hepatitis B. Is this the one that they do? Okay, never mind. So its product pipeline is focused on curative combination regimen for HBV infection, with the objective of developing a suite of products that intervene at different points of viral life cycle and reactivate the host's immune system. Okay, does all this stuff. Okay, so very interesting stuff. I'm not sure if anyone else is in this space. I'm really not too. I don't know too much with I just don't know too much about hepatitis B or anything. So do keep that in mind. But we will take a look at some other things. So I'm not seeing any profits in here. Institutional ownership is 25, almost 26%. Let's look at the profile. I wonder if they're relatively new. I don't see that they have a listing date on here. Let's look at the 6 month. Okay. Oh no. So I was hoping there were going to be something in here. So not my favorite chart. I just get a little concerned. Like, I don't know where this is going to end up happening, like going. I would, if it would hold up here, then that would be pretty fantastic. But unfortunately, it didn't need to. It didn't really hold right there. So I don't know if this found a bottom, is what I'll say. So I'll leave that there. I think it's interesting what they're doing. I just it's really hard to say. Are they going to accomplish it? How many other people are in the space? How many this? How many that? So a lot of different questions, my friend. But I will say, I don't know what the profit is looking like. I don't know what the company is looking like. Unfortunately, there's not enough information in here to make me feel good about it. The analysts, they seem to like it. So I do take that with a grain of salt. But excuse me, could be pretty good stuff. Hard to say, my friend. Sorry I couldn't give you more, something better, but I just be careful with this kind of stock. Let me see if I can get a trend line going for you at least. Even then, not my favorite trend line. I'm trying to see where we'd have a level of support, but it's really hard to say. Because I was hoping it would. Because let me see if I can force one for you, buddy. Let me fix this. Can I hold space and turn this? No. All right, let's see what we have. So it's around here. Oh gosh. See, I'd love for it to be right here. Is this touching right here? Yeah, that's touching right there. Okay, I'll take this one. So what you may be looking for is a squeeze down. It may squeeze down into here. And hey, you know what? I actually like this. I do like this level of resistance here that we have. So, or I guess, yeah, descending level of resistance. So I do feel good about this. Now, as far as this trading sideways, I think it's going to squeeze down into here, and you're going to want to look for, hopefully it doesn't break under, but you'll be looking for a large green candle to break over. I wonder if we have one anywhere around here. No, we don't see anyone around here, but you'll be looking for a large, just green candle just on the outside here, and that can be pretty good. That can be pretty good. Mackenzie, what's up, brother? Hope you're having a good one. Can we get this video to 100 likes? Smash the like button. Thank you, Mackenzie. Someone had asked me a question. So Anthony says, what price do you think GameStop needs to be at to squeeze? So I really don't think there's a price that is going to force it to squeeze. Well, I think I'm more looking for a catalyst. And so whenever there's a catalyst, and in my opinion, whenever those DTCC rule like filings are approved and stuff, I think that that'll be a catalyst, and that'll drive the price up. I think more people will chase the stock. They'll jump in. It'll continue to run, and at that point, hopefully, a margin call will be called, and and the hedge funds will have to cover. And if the hedge funds have to cover, I think that will be perfect for and at that point, I think we're in it. I think we'd be in it personally. Beverly, I saw you ask me a question, my friend. Let me see. I got you. Where'd it go? Beverly, did you have a stock for me? Or maybe it was somebody else. I'll look at FBIO and then we'll take a look. Holy smokes, this is looking insane. Now, this is the kind of stock. So personally, this is the kind of stock I will stay a million miles away from, because I don't know anything about it. I do not chase stocks. I do not like to chase stocks. If I chase a stock, it goes down. So I like to be extremely, extremely careful about what is happening. Okay. So yeah, I just be very careful with this going down. Now, I think it seemed like there was some kind of news catalyst that people were talking about. Well, I guess it would have been a few days ago. I'm not seeing the news catalyst here, but there may be a news catalyst. Analysts are pretty bullish on the stock. Holy crap. The height of 24 as far as the high price target for the analysts. I don't know who these analysts are. I don't know if this is automated or what, but average 1025. And so even then, guys, this stock, they're really anticipating it's going to be great. I am on the SOS hype, and I've been on the SOS hype since the height, like $15 or something. So I'm upset. But as far as this goes, yeah. So I just be super careful if you're thinking about hopping in here. I get scared with this. You don't know if this is the peak and then it's going to skyrocket, or maybe we'll have a situation like, is it Diamond Backhand, I think, is in, and it just continues to run and run and run to like $35. Who knows? But I personally don't like to chase, because like Humble says, yeah, I get burned every time I chase, and it's, in my opinion, that's when it's time to sell the stock. I like to buy it when it's low. Like, even if I saw this dip looks appetizing to me, because do I think it's going to go any lower? Oh gosh, I guess I thought it could go lower if it goes to $1 here. But even then, at $2, I can average down, and I feel better about my position than jumping in when it's so high. I did not chase this one. No, I didn't chase it. I did chase SOS. Yes. Okay. Yes, I did. But, a certain big YouTuber told me it was a good stock, and I believed them. I did not do my own research, and I paid the price, and I am now at, I'm up here. I'm all the way up here. And this is what I get. And I'm going to pay dearly for it. I'm going to pay money for it. So that is that. I think I already answered that question I was trying to look at. Do you have plan for your tendies post squeeze? I don't have big plans for my tendies. I want to get like my mom like a car, but other than that, maybe myself a new car. My AC went out, and I'm in Texas, and it's like 90 degrees already, and so it's only going to get hotter. So I do need a new car, but I think that. But my tendies, realistically, I would like to reinvest it, retire super early, and do that, and just live off of it. So I might not, I'm sure I'll get a little purchase, something like probably just a car. And if it really goes up to what it might, even if it goes to 1,000, like I'll buy a house, something crazy. I have an old truck. It's an old like Ford Ranger essentially. So yeah, that is that. How far back do you look for low dips for an entry point? I try to go out as far as possible, right? So do I think the stock is going to go back? Like for example, this stock right here. Do I think it's going to go back to this $2 price? Absolutely not. I do think though it'll probably halt. See how it gapped up right here? So I feel like it'll probably fill this gap and it'll halt. It'll hold here. So I'll put this horizontal line and we'll see how this plays out. I'm trying to find some good points. I feel okay with this. So I'll go ahead and put this. So I feel like it will not get lower than this. And if it does get lower than that, it'll probably false break. Unless there's some kind of super negative news catalyst that just drops it, then I think it'll be okay. So you don't think GME will go too high then? I have no clue what GameStop will go to. I mean, we saw a stock the other day that went from 200 to 30,000 per share. And holy smokes, we've seen it happen before historically. I don't know if it's a heavily shorted stock or anything like that, but dang. SOS is highly shorted. Mike, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping this stock is just highly shorted and it's gonna skyrocket, but who knows? So yeah, hopefully this and again, guys, I do think that we'll see something similar to January 27th. This isn't January 27th. What happened January 27th with the stock? Oh, nothing. Well, that's unfortunate. I do think that on January 27th is when we're going to see a lot of price action with the stocks. What stock was that? I think I have it saved in my Reddit somewhere. I don't have it saved. I don't have it saved here, and it was and now again, I don't know if that stock was like a short squeeze, if that stock just kind of ran up. I don't believe it was a reverse split. It was a DD that someone had posted on Reddit. I'm sure you'll be able to find it, but people, but again, I don't know what that exact situation was. I don't know if it's a short squeeze, but we've seen a lot of people send me some crazy stuff. I see some crazy stuff, especially on Reddit, with this insane things. VW only went up from, oh gosh, was it 200 to 850 to 9 or 9 or something? Let's check something really quick. Let's see. Oh no, I have to go over here. Oh, I should have done no. Squeeze. What did this go to? Yeah, 190, whatever this was, under 200 to 950, whatever it was. So you know, not bad. But we did see some stocks. We saw a stock the other day that also theoretically squoze. It was 38 divided by 2. Nope, that's times. 38 divided by 2 times. Well, it was 1900%, right? So, okay, it'll let me type. So we have that. No, it was 15. 150. It's 15,000% we saw a stock the other day. And 15,000, so it's, you know, 15,000% is 150 times, let's say it does AMC at $10, right? Look, at $10, for example, AMC would run all the way up. I lost my stocks now. AMC right here. This would squeeze, you know, theoretically, if it's the same. And again, this is, keep in mind, this is extremely hypothetical. If this stock also squeezed, you know, 15,000% like the other stock that we saw the other day on here, then it would go, AMC would instantly go to $1,500. Okay. So let's do that again. 150 times, let's say GameStop, let's say it conservatively at 150, you know, $22,000. It's possible. We were looking at, like I said, we were looking at some other stocks and we saw these crazy things that happened. Okay. It might actually be in here somewhere. Let me see. Was it ACY? Here we go. Look, this one right here. From, and granted, you know, it wasn't exactly $2, but around, you know, $2.50 to $2, whatever. So 38. Look at this. Insane. Now, I don't know if this was a squeeze, if this was what this was exactly, but look, crazy things can happen. Insane things can happen. I'll leave this up. I'm gonna take a sip of water and you guys just bask in the ambiance. Good question. This took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. I saw an article today that I saved. It said how Tesla was the longest, like slowest squeeze, least profitable, or most profitable squeeze, least profitable, something like that. How it took a long time and hedge funds lost a lot of money on it because it took months and months to happen. So that's that. But you guys can see right here. I mean, and you know, if someone goes in and they see what this exactly was, and it's like, no, this is actually what happened, like yada yada, then okay, then that's that. But holy smokes, this is insane. Who'd have thought? Okay, should I look at the, this is in January. You want to look at the 5-day chart? I don't know if the how many hours matters. It still went up. Okay, from $7 then to here, but even then, or is this the right place? No, it's further back. Even then, look, no matter how you look at it, how many hours the chart is, now it just looks a little crazier. Oh, do I need to look at the 1-day chart? Is that what you're saying? Whoops, I'm way too far back now. Oh, okay, so this is the 2-day. Okay, maybe I misunderstood. No, is this the weekend? Is it a Friday to a Monday? Holy smokes. Sure. So, yeah, my bad. I think you were right. I was on the 4-hour chart. So this took 2 days. I mean, crazy, guys. We've seen some crazy stuff. This is water. This is water. Yep. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for fixing that for me, bud. Yes, you're right. So to correct myself, thank you, Matthew. It was not 6 days. That was on the 4-hour chart, and so that was my mistake. This took I don't know, 2 days? Would you say 1 day? Trying to see the height of this one. Yeah, we'll say like 1 day. Okay, just a crazy day, and who knows? Insane. Water, you guys. Chance to average down instead of averaging up. They put it on sale for us. Yes. This is not AMC. Is an imposter. Yeah, but it's okay. Yeah, thank you, Matthew, for pointing that out, though. I do appreciate that. Let's take a look here. I'm gonna get the dates for you right now, buddy. My friend, somebody asked for the dates. Let me go back. This was December 28th. Olive with these. Unless you can watch your stock holding decline by 50% without becoming panic stricken, you should not be in the stock market. Warren Buffett. Boom. Oh gosh, I'm like frozen. Here we go. There we go. And holy smokes, can you imagine what I did? Jeez, or what we did if you were in AMC before then? I bought down here and held up here, and I held all the way down. Holy smokes. I bought up here, held all the way down, and still holding. And so I'm gonna hold, guys. If I didn't sell at $25, I'm not gonna sell at $9, $10. So continue to hold. So Khan says, Sufyan Khan says, so buy AMC and GME for maybe a massive gain. I love it. Oh man, my internet's messing up. Am I frozen? Oh no, I'm not frozen. Southern. Right. It's only a loss if you sell. Just close the browser, walk away, return a few years later. Oh gosh. I held. Guys, I've been in it since here. I've been in it since here. And I held. I held all of this. I've been in it since $2. And I held. So I don't want to hear nothing. Held the entire time. And it was going to be a good day, guys. It was going to rally. It was going to rally. You know how I know? Because look, in the after hours pre-market, it went up, right? And in the after hours here, it was starting to look at the skyrocket. And you know what happened here? They stopped trading. They stopped the trading. It was going to run. It was going to have another huge day. This stock was going to go to $50 or wherever it was going to go. It was going to keep on running. But yes, they restricted trading. Look at how good this looked. It was gonna challenge and go to the moon. So yes, I held. I held, and let me tell you, it wasn't easy to hold, because imagine how much I was up, and then I was down, and then I was up again, and imagine going down. So yes, I've held all this time. You guys want to talk about diamond hands? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Mike, you don't want to know how much I was up. I was up. I don't want to say F you money, but I was up. I hope my family's not watching, but I was up 6 figures, which is life-changing for me. I've never had anything above 5 in my life. So like above $5,000 in my life. So it was low 6, but yes, I was up, and I'm not doing bad now, but I was really up. So I'm gonna hold it, and if it hits, I think I think I've done the math. If it hits $100, or is it $50, something like that, I'll be a millionaire. It doesn't take very much for me to be a millionaire. So held through 6K gains, didn't sell one share. Yeah. Well, mine was 6 figures. So, but yeah. You guys, just holding. So if you guys ever need motivation, just think of how I held. and I've been holding, and I'm okay. Like I'm finally at peace. It took me a while to not, when we were at $5, it took me a while to be okay. But yeah, $100,000 is a money play. 1 million is the goal. Hold diamond hands. I love it. We will get our tendies extra crispy. Absolutely. You own 2K AMC shares. So great question. I bought dozens of contracts back here. So let's go back. Back here, I bought dozens of contracts at the $2.50 strike price. Man, you guys didn't know I had all this. Guys, I'm not just here running my mouth. Like, I am here holding with you guys. Like, I'm not just bandwagoning. I've been in this. I started my YouTube channel late because, and the reason, and I started it because one of the reasons is because I was like, I'm in this every day. I'm watching the charts every single day. I'm looking at the news every single day. And it's like, I have to talk about it with somebody. I need to talk about this. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it and we'll see what happens. And yeah, so I have my strike price, guys. So, oh my gosh. So, and we talked about options, right? How options can amplify your money. And that's what happened. Options are insane, how we can leverage your money. And so I had a bunch of options, and I'm holding my options. I'm still holding them. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll leave you guys with that. So hopefully that gave me some points here, some internet points, and you guys can appreciate it. But I'm gonna go ahead and start logging off for the night, guys. It was so much fun hanging out with you guys. It was a crazy stream. I hit a new record for concurrent viewers, which I can't thank you guys enough. I'm gonna go ahead and head out, hang out with my fiance, and we're gonna do some cool stuff. All right. Cosmo says, I'm a new sub, just finding out. Finally, a Webull link I will use. What a good guy. Thanks for your knowledge and insight. Cheers. Hey, thanks, Cosmo. I appreciate that. Just doing my best. I saw your super chat to Trey. What did you send him? Oh, you'll see what I sent him. I sent him, it's just a little thing, but I think he can use it basically all of his streams. So I think it'll be pretty cool. Hopefully it'll help him. He said it was pretty cool, Mike. I don't know if you heard what he said. He said he looked at my channel. He likes my stuff. He says I'm doing great and yada yada. So hey, we're basically best friends now. So just kidding, guys. But yes, you already had the points, man, already. Hey, thanks, guys. Man, you guys are too cool. I appreciate you guys. Have you asked permission from your fiance's boyfriend? I've not gotten his permission yet, but you know what? I'm sure he'll be okay with it. They just went to dinner, so they brought me back some food. AMC is so. Yes, AMC would pay for a wedding or a new mansion. Hopefully, maybe both. We'll have to see. Yeah, you guys have a great Friday, a great weekend. I'm going to see if I can pump out maybe a video or two, see what's going on during the weekend, if there's anything cool going on. But I appreciate it. You've come so far in a month, 8.6K subs. Yeah, all of it's insane, like what's been going on. And Beverly says, I appreciate your insights and hanging out. Guys, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's going to be fantastic. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you, guys. Man, you guys are... Thank you, Ray. Have a great weekend. Great listening to you. Man, awesome. Hey, I appreciate all you guys. I'm gonna leave you guys with my now I have songs or like music at the beginning of the end of the streams. I'm looking for a song for the middle, but I do have a song to play for you guys. I'll let you guys hear it for a little bit while I go start to hang out. But I will catch you guys later. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys Monday morning and Monday evening. Never ends. So, but you guys have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Peace.